Couche and good evening, everyone. This is John Lasher with Partners in Health, Sierra Leone. Today is Friday, April 10th. Today, the country recorded its 8th confirmed coronavirus case. This was another traveler coming into the country who had been in self-isolation. Today, we're going to be talking with Ahmidu Barrie, our Director of Operations, and Vicky Reed, our Director of Nursing, both of whom are in Kono. They're going to be talking a little bit about our operations and our preparedness at Wellbody and KGH. Hope everyone had a good week, and we'll talk to you soon. Your experience...
Hello?
Yeah. Oh, sorry, Ahmidu. Thank you. I was on mute and talking. I'm not very good at operating a microphone and a phone at the same time. One question to you, Ahmidu. Do you feel the experience during the Ebola outbreak has helped you prepare for this? And do you feel like we're more prepared now? And if so, why?
For doing Ebola, all the pillars that we are currently operating under, that's the case management, the social mob, all those pillars were created during Ebola. And for now, I feel comfortable that I'll be able to talk through all those pillars and make sure what we are doing currently is in line with what we are doing during Ebola. So supporting case management and also the social mobilization. And I think what we learned during Ebola is easily implemented during this coronavirus. And in terms of how the staff in general are prepared, I would say most of the operation staff worked during Ebola, and with that experience that they have in terms of responding to supplies or making sure people are not gathered in one place, I think all of them are aware of what that will contribute in responding to a situation like this. So I think we are more than prepared now as we are doing Ebola.
Can you talk a little bit about the operations response, providing support to the clinical team?
I will start with staff ops. For the admin team, we are staff operations. The office for now is closed to only allow essential workers to come to the office. Essential workers can be a finance team because they have to make some payments for attend to the patients, and also the procurement team because they have to respond to procurement requests. So we only limit the office for now to the fleet, the finance, and the procurement team. So for talk about the support with the admin ops they give, one is then make sure they keep the office and the guest houses clean. Although we don't reduce the number of people that they come to work because we only limit them to come and can do some cleaning and go back home. That's now one. And secondly, the generator attendants, then they come in to come make sure they give light and also then go back to the station at KGH when for Kono. And for Freetown, the generator attendants and they come to office, then they in the office and attend to in case we get any light problem, and also the guest houses in Freetown and Laka and Kisimenta. So all the generator attendants and all the sites and they work to ensure we get 24-hour electricity. That's now for staff ops. And I go to the fleet team. The fleet, I want to tell them thank you for the response we did during the 3 days lockdown. I believe for Kono, we definitely not only reach beyond staff them, but also the KJ staff and the PHU staff they were in there around Koidu. I want to say thank you to the fleet team for that incredible work we then do. But in as much as them do good, we will get some challenges because with the amount of vehicles we will get in the streets, and for attend to over 150 staff, it will be really, really, really challenging. But notwithstanding that, we try for like see how best. We will try for like put some system in place moving forward. We know get them can challenge and they mark the power on a district Koidu city mapping system where we would identify like a pickup point for pick staff them for work. We encourage we staff them for please use the PIH vehicles for work instead of like a private vehicle. We vehicles and will go right around the town at Koidu and pick up staff them for work. We encourage we staff them for use that facility instead of the use like a private means. For Freetown, we vehicle they go round and pick like the essential staff. For example, the one when they go EOC meeting and the finance and procurement team, and also like the generator attendant team, and they pick them can at the office and also carry them go back after work. So that's the fleets they do that. And we get also the fleets get like 2 standby ambulances. We get ambulance that Freetown and we get ambulance that corner where person go access through the line then where we don't already share. If we reach like the clinician, you call them line and the clinician will know what for do. In case like they for need for refer you, the clinician and they get in contact with you. So now we don't try for like streamline all like the referral system. For any referral from corner for go Freetown to pass through Vicky or Dr. Mata, we get approval before like we allow a vehicle for left corner for go Freetown. Likewise, Freetown too. For any referral from Freetown to corner for either go to Vicky or go to Dr. Mata for approval. Then also like we flip to make sure say you all know say like right now for non-dry season. The guesthouses, the water well and all that, and make sure say then dispatch a vehicle way to make sure say all the guesthouses now gonna get water. And also then deploy one vehicle at the warehouse to make sure say the supply chain continue for work because we clinician rely on like the warehouse for give like supplies to the Koidu Government Hospital. So a vehicle assigned to the warehouse will make sure say supplies from the warehouse will reach the hospital and Wellbody as quickly as possible. Then if I can talk about like the warehouse and supply chain, the warehouse remain open. We get Teddy, we like mind the lead right now the response to the warehouse. In case you want to make requests from the warehouse, please keep Teddy in copy. And with all clinical supplies, we forget approval from Dr. Mata or Vicky because we want to make sure say the few resources that we use them wisely. And also for all operation stuff, we want requests from the warehouse if we get approval from me. So we don't do the warehouse. And we don't share all like what we get in terms of PPE. We don't put a list together. We don't share with all the lead clinicians. We look into and see what we get at the warehouse and who we will come in case that is not like enough. We get the supply chain and procurement team also on Freetown where they work and make sure say all supplies from Freetown, the Thursday supply chain vehicle continue for run for come upline. So for every Thursday, the vehicle they left Freetown and come corner with supplies and return back Friday. So for fleet also back, for end the weekend shuttle level we regularly get every Wednesday and Friday direct trip to Freetown and Sunday shuttle trip. For now, we don't put it on hold. You know they get them trips and day, and we encourage the staff there like for stay one place. Not only like the PIH vehicle, but also like for make you stop for now for use like a public transport for go Freetown and back. So whenever like the situation come to normalcy, we will resume back we weekly shuttles. The last one on security. We security then they continue for work, Freetown and Kono and all like the facility that will be the support. We encourage all we staff that if you go through like any of the facilities, please make sure say you wash your hand before you access the facility. And for the office, the one way they can't work in our office, we get the office closed for now. and it only open to a limited number of people. If you want to come at the office, we get the book where the security get, where you go sign in and sign out in case like you want to use the facility in our office. But we encourage as much as possible to make people not come at the offices.
Thanks, Ahmidu.
Thank you.
So, Vicky, if you could talk a little bit about the situation at Koidu Government Hospital and the isolation unit there, and if you can comment on the isolation space at Wellbody too, that would be great.
So I'll start at Wellbody. I believe it was on the 26th of last month, I had gone down to Wellbody and kind of assessed their isolation space, which was not quite ready. But we had made sure we got the room cleaned. There's a cot there. There's a sheet there to cover the bed. The staff has been trained. We've provided all of the PPE that is needed. We've gone over the workflow on how our patients need to be segregated, screened, triaged, and segregated from the other staff. So I think Wellbody's space is good to go for right now. As far as KGH is concerned, our main focus has been on triage and also the isolation space. We've developed the protocol for the triage area, how patients are going to be triaged. We've discussed this with hospital management, the matron, Sister Teresa, and MS were part of the process to change the way we triage patients going forward. The biggest concern is that all of the staff, PIH and the hospital volunteers, use that triage to sign in. So there's a lot of traffic of employees in and out of that triage room, which we're trying to talk about maintaining social distancing. That's not possible. The process I'm going to implement as far as our staff is concerned is have a sign-in book for each department where they can sign it. So they go to their units or departments and they can just sign in the book in their departments rather than the general sign-in book at the triage. So I think once all of that traffic has been eliminated, then we'll be able to start implementing our process. So the process is going to be where we have one screener as patients come in the hospital. They get their temperatures checked at the gate. And then we have a screener who's going to be dressed in partial PPE, which is a face mask, a face shield, and a pair of gloves. And basically, we have screening questions that were developed by Dr. Patino and myself about what their symptoms are, what they come into the hospital for. So anybody with respiratory symptoms is directed to the side of the hospital to another triage area. They wait there, and then those with non-respiratory symptoms are triaged in the front. So the screener will basically, the patients come through the gate, they get their temperature checked, and then they come meet the screener. The screener will have partial PPE, which is a mask, a face shield, and a pair of gloves. They'll basically interview the patient about why the patient is at the hospital. If there's any sort of respiratory symptoms in addition to a fever, those patients will be directed to the side of the hospital where there's another triage or secondary triage room. The patients with non-respiratory symptoms will be triaged in the front room. So for those who have respiratory symptoms, they will go through the ComCare system, which has already had built into it screening questions for COVID. So we'll basically ask about the patient's travel history, any contacts with travelers, if they have symptoms, such as coughing, shortness of breath. And based on the response to those questions, the screening would either be positive or negative. If it's a positive screen, then Dr. Martha Patino will be called. She will come and assess that patient in that secondary triage room. She comes and also puts on PPE, which we already have at the triage already waiting for her. She will assess the patient and then make the determination on whether or not this patient meets the case definition and would need to be isolated. If the patient meets the case definition, Dr. Patino would escort the patient to our isolation unit. Once the patient is isolated in the isolation unit, Patino will contact the IPC team and the medical superintendent. The medical superintendent will contact the surveillance team. The surveillance team would send somebody to the hospital to interview the patient, get information about contact, and they also sort of make a determination on whether or not the patient meets, the case definition and would need to have specimen collected. Yesterday, we decided, since we're trying to use our PPE rationally, if Dr. Patino and myself or Dr. Patino and the nurse are already in the room assessing the patient, and then after the surveillance team contacts the lab, all the lab needs to do is just pick up that specimen that's already been collected and it's already going through the cold chain process. So that's as far as the specimen collection is concerned. Yeah, we've gone through a lot of training with the nurses already. I've also, gone through training with the PIH nurses. Right now, we have the one room set up for isolation, but we've already put a bed and mattress in the second room, just in case we have more than one case that needs to be isolated.
Thanks, Vicky. Just a couple questions. So how many patients right now can be isolated at KGH and at Wellbody?
For Wellbody 1 and for KGH 2.
Okay. So what would happen just in terms of our response if 5 people showed up at KGH with signs and symptoms of COVID?
So we've also decided that if there's more than 2 people, the district is trying to get a centralized isolation unit. So for that centralized isolation unit, these will be patients who are suspect cases and do not need hospitalization. They've located a place not too far from Dorma. I think there's some sort of institute next to Dorma. At last check, all they said they needed were about 10 beds to use for that facility, and then they could start using it as a centralized isolation unit. Until then, we also have Plan B for our isolation unit. The isolation unit is capable of holding up to 24 patients. The hospital, even within the hospital, you dress up. We were transferring the patients from the triage to the isolation unit, and you in full PPE, and people are running away in the hospital. So now we've decided there's really no need if you're outside in an open space transferring patients. All you need is mask, face shield, gloves. When people see you dressed in full PPE, they're scared. But right now, the female ward has 15 bed capacity. There's only 5 patients there right now. The female surgical ward has a capacity of 10 beds. There's only 2 patients there right now. Wellbody has also expressed the same thing, that their numbers have reduced significantly. So that's the situation we find ourselves in.
Well, thank you, Vicky. Thanks for everything you're doing and the clinical team to prepare and to keep patient care happening at both Wellbody and at KGH. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you, John.